Alright. Audio's up. Mic's up. What's going on, YouTube? Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you at. It's Lycan Warlord, the Stash, coming to you guys with a video. Feel like it's been a long time coming. And by long time, I mean, 5-6 videos. But we're going to go into scripts. I'm going to go into as much excruciating detail as I can per requests. Mustache is alright. It's not the best. Anyway, I'm going to get this thing. I'm going to try and keep it as short as possible, but be as detailed as possible. And as always, if you have any questions, please put them below. Yeah, let's get right into it. The background right now is the free server, so don't mind that. It's not that important, I swear. I wanted to show real quick before I'm gonna go into this in the next video. So I'm doing two videos right now. I'm gonna do scripts first, and then I'm gonna do the other one talking about the build. So just ignore what you see on the screen. So what I did want to show with this up is the basics of Tampermonkey, which is the program that we're going to use to run our scripts. So I didn't come up with this myself. I didn't program this. All props goes to the creators for this. They're in the link below. I always link them because without them, well, wouldn't be doing as good as I am. For example, right now I am 6th right now. So let's go ahead and get right into it. The first thing that you are going to want to do is go to Tampermonkey's website, which is here. Alright, that is Tampermonkey's website. Let me pull it up on mine so I can see it. Okay, so tampermonkey.net. Jan Benoit is the creator of Tampermonkey. It is an extension that you install on Chrome. You can also install it. Let me zoom in so you guys can see better. Okay, so you can install it on Edge, Safari, Firefox, Opera, Dolphin, whatever. I'm using Brave. I'm using Brave because not only do you get crypto for watching ads and searching and everything, you get a BAT, the basic attention token, so BAT. You get BAT. It's also Chrome based, so you get updates when Chrome updates. Usually Brave updates as well. So using Chrome, I'm using a Chrome-based operating system. So what I downloaded was Tampermonkey for Chrome. If you have one of the other operating systems, obviously you click that. So you're gonna click install. It's gonna pull up this, right? You're gonna hit install, right? And once that's done, you'll see it right here. The little doohickey looking thing. So there's a pop-up on mine. It doesn't show up on the screen, but it says Tampermonkey has access to this site. Okay, so that's the first step. We're going to download Tampermonkey. Now, after it's installed and you've got your little icon showing up, your next step is going to be to go to the scripts page, which is here. Let me pull that up. And these scripts were written by, God, I'm forgetting his name. It's like, hold on, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna give credit. I don't want to not give credit. Okay. Details. Here we go. The scripts were written by Own It Gaming. Excuse me. The scripts were written by Groove, Groove. Groove. Own It Gaming is the video that I used to help me figure out how to install scripts. But I'm going to try and go in a little bit more detail than he did, so hopefully it's a little more helpful. Either way, I'm not the only person that's done this, and again, I'm doing this to help people because when I started Townstar, I had no idea what was going on, and none of the websites that were there to help were any good. And they're okay, they're getting better, but they're still not great. And Townstar does not tell you much on your own anyway. So the next link you're going to click on is this, gala-analytics.herokuapp.com/Townstar in the comments below. Okay, when you're here, you're going to see he's got 4 scripts. You've got the Townstar Autosell V1. Let me zoom in. for you guys. Okay, is that good? All right. Townstar Autosell V1, Townstar Autosell V2, Enhanced Leaderboard, and Production Rate Monitor. Now, when I first started doing scripts, I used V1. And we'll go over V1, and we go over V1. There's a reason why he made a V2, and the reason why I'm using V2. It's much better. I'm currently using V2 right now. I'm also using the Enhanced Leaderboard, which this, to be honest with you, is probably the best, like, quality of life QOL. Like, okay, so one thing we're going to get into when you start installing the scripts is you have to refresh the page, right? Well, when you originally load up Townstar, you have to click enter to get the game to start loading. With this script, you don't have to. As soon as you recycle, like you refresh the page, if you're logged in, boom, Gala Games, the Townstar pops up. So you don't have to do that anymore. This also allows you to, when you go to the leaderboard, click on someone's name and it'll show you where they're at in the map, which is a cool feature. But honestly, the loading in for you is just like, man, it should already be that, and it's not, but hey, we got a script that does it for us. And finally, the production rate monitor. So the production rate monitor is what you'll see over here. You'll see this right here. This is my production rate monitor. Hold on, let me move this over. This is my production rate monitor. This is what's showing me how many I've made since I reloaded the page, how many a minute I'm making, and how many an hour I'm making. And the big one's how many an hour you're making, because then you can use that to calculate how many cells you're going to have in an hour and see how long you've got left. Okay, so we have this is our script page. Now, the next step, you can download all of them. You can download the ones that I'm using. You do whatever you like. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But all the script is a bunch of text. Okay, so it's not some kind of like executable file or anything you have to be worried about. It's just text. So you see how it says right here, click here, right? You see that? Click here. Okay, so you right click to save to download. So we're gonna right click on it, save link as. I know you can't see that prompt, but it's gonna show wherever you normally save at, and it's also gonna say file name Townstar _ autosell. Right? Save as type text document. You want to save it as a text document because, again, all it is text that you're going to be copying and pasting into Tampermonkey. So you don't need to worry about saving it as a JPEG or doesn't matter. It could be WordPad. Microsoft Word. Does not matter. Okay? So once I've saved that, I'm going to go down to the next one. Right click, which you can't see. I'm right clicking, and I go to save link as. I am going to save these because I want to use them to show you guys. So I'm saving, well, I'm just going to save them all. I don't know what I'm doing. Here we go. Save link as V1. Okay. Enhance leaderboard. Boom. Save link as. And finally, right click, save link as. So now, once I've got all 4 of my scripts saved, you can see them down here. All right. What we're going to do next, we're going to get rid of this screen. Boom. Now, this is the part this is the hardest part out of all of this. In all fairness, this isn't even hard, but this is the hardest part. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how to put the scripts in, and then we'll go over each script individually and we'll go over it. So let's cover, assuming you don't touch it at all, you just want to learn how to do it. I've got Tampermonkey installed. You can see it right here in my corner. And if you can see, I've got a 3 next to it. That means that I've got 3 scripts loaded that are running right now. Okay? So if you see right here, I've got 3 and the little logo. Okay? So let's assume that there's not a 3 there. Let's assume you've just installed Tampermonkey. Okay? What you're going to do is that file you just downloaded, right? You're going to open it up. Now, for me, it was as simple as left clicking on it, right? For you, however you want to do it, go to your download folder, wherever you have it stored, open it that way. For the sake of showing you, I will show you how I've done it. We're going to do window capture, We're going to add a new window capture. It's going to be called Notepad, which, because again, it's not an executable, it's just text. And boom, this is what it looks like. Let me drag this sucker. Oh no, I disappeared. Okay, let me do this real quick. I gotta switch windows. Alright, full screen. There we go. Alright. Cool. Bear with me, children. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me, please. Okay. That's good enough. We'll leave it like that. Now let's get it down so you can still see my pretty face. Alright. Let's move my body over here. Hey, I'm over there now. How's it going? Okay. So, I'm going to be looking at the page, so I apologize, I'm not looking at you guys. So, literally all it is text. Okay? So, not an executable. It doesn't matter what program you open. I use OpenOffice Writer. I don't pay for regular Office. So, it does not matter. I'm using Notepad here. You can use WordPad, use whatever. Any kind of text opening document program. So, this is where it gets trickier. You ready? Hold on to your britches. What we're going to do is we're going to click on here. You ready? Are y'all ready for this? You ready? Click on here. We're going to edit. You ready? Select all. I know. I just blew your mind. I'm going to use my keyboard to do it. Control plus A. In case you don't know that, some people don't know that. Control A is select all. Control X is cut, which removes the thing you're trying to copy. Control C copies it, but does not remove it. And then Control V is your paste. Okay, in case you don't know that. Control A to select all. Control X to cut. Control C to copy. Control V to paste. So if you actually go here and look at edit, I know you can't see it, but it shows you here. Control Z is undo. Control X cut. Copy. I know you can't see it, but if what I'm doing... Hold on. Let me see if I can move. This is pissing me off. It's not showing the menu. I don't understand why. Alright. Anyway. Whatever, window capture. It's not showing the top bar for you guys. Anyway. Notepad has edit. It's just like every other document program does. Okay. So. We've got it. We've got our text copied, right? I'm gonna... I've only selected all. So now I'm going to select Control X. And I'm going to cut. I'm going to hit V. Control V. Bam. It's back. Okay. So I didn't screw anything up. Control A to copy. I'm going to Control C to copy it and not cut it. I'm going to leave it in this text document. Okay. So now that it's copied, I'm going to remove this from the screen so you can see what I'm doing. All right. Now, we're going to go into Tampermonkey, the little icon we've got right up here, right? Our little Tampermonkey icon. You ready? We're going to left click on it. Okay. And we're going to go down. I know you guys can't see this, but just follow. I'm going to see where the mouse is going, right? I left clicked on the extension, the little box, the Tampermonkey icon, and I'm going to go down to create a new script. Okay? It is above please send a donation and below find new script. I don't know why it's not showing it to you guys. I'm sorry. But we're going to go over it again. I copied and pasted all the text. Excuse me. I selected all. Control A. Control C. I copied all the text in the file. I'm going to click on the extension. There's a drop down menu, which you cannot see on yours, but you will see. You cannot see on mine, but you will see on yours. I'm going to go down to create a new script. Okay? Above, please send a donation. Below, find new scripts. When I do that, this is the page you will see. Okay? You see what's in here right now? Ignore that. That does not matter. All we're going to do is you can either do this, take your mouse and drag, or you can use Control A again to select all. Either way, get it highlighted, get everything highlighted, and you're going to hit the delete button. Okay? Boom. Clean slate. Now, all you're going to do now is Control V. Boom. Paste. You're going to paste everything that was in that text document into here. Okay? everybody following? Fairly straightforward. All we're going to do is copy the entirety of the text document and paste it into the Create New Script editor in Tampermonkey. Okay? I'm going to do it again. I'm going to close this because I don't need this one. See how it says leave? Because I don't. It's giving me an. It says leave site changes you made. Not save. I don't need to save. I'm not saving this, so I'm just gonna hit leave. Okay. So we're gonna do it again. Downloaded the script. Here's my script. Right. Control A to select all. Boom. Everything's selected. I'm gonna come over. Control A. Everything's selected. Control C. I'm copying. Or cutting, however you want to do it, but make sure you've got a way to paste all of that text. I'm going to left click on Tampermonkey. It's going to have a drop down, which you can't see right now. I'm going to go down to create a new script. Boom, this page is going to open up. I'm going to select all, or use my mouse to drag and highlight all of this, and I'm going to delete it. I have a blank slate. Then I'm going to Control V to paste. Control V as in Valentine. So X as in xylophone, C as in cookie, V as in violin. Control A as in apple. So A, X, C, and V. V, Valentine. Okay? Now that that's pasted in there, you see how it's going to give us, it's automatically giving us our name and everything we need on here. Okay? When this is all done, okay, I'm not going to do this because I don't want to clutter my Tampermonkey, but this is what you would do next. Okay? Next step, once it's pasted in here, you're going to hit File, Save. That's it. That's it. File, Save. So, download the text document. Well, first step, download the extension. Install the extension. Once the extension is installed, you're going to download the scripts. Once the scripts are downloaded, you're going to open them up in WordPad, Notepad, whatever document program you have. You're going to select all, copy, and then you're going to paste it into the Create a New Script function on Tampermonkey. Okay? Now, File, Save, it's saved. I'm going to close this. Okay? I don't need that script. I already have it, right? But now, when I go to my drop-down, you're going to see it's going to be grayed out on your drop-down. Again, you can't see it, but you see my mouse is moving here? It's going to be there. Okay? What you're going to do then is you're going to left-click on it, and that's going to make it green. Green, the little toggle switch is going to be green, which means it's enabled now. That means you can use it. Now, you can still edit it without it being enabled. So you don't have to have it enabled to edit it. If you want to edit something, that's what I'm going to show you now. So, step 1, Tampermonkey. Download the extension, install the extension. Boom, it's downloaded. Go to the scripts page. Download the scripts you want. Once those are there, copy and paste all 3 or 4 of them over that you want into Tampermonkey. Every time you want to do a script, all you have to do is left click on the Tampermonkey icon, go down to Create a New Script, which is between Find New Scripts and Please Send a Donation. Left click on it. It's going to open up the tab you just saw. Copy, paste, save, close that tab or window. That's it. Now it's loaded in Tampermonkey. Okay, remember to save. You got to remember to save. Anytime you make a change to any of these scripts, you have to remember to hit save, and you have to remember to refresh the browser. If you don't do that, it's not going to load. Even though it shows enabled, unless you refresh, it's not going to work. Okay, so once you've got all your scripts installed and loaded, you've all got their green toggles, and you've refreshed the browser. Now they're loaded, and so when you load back in, you will see your little icon's going to have a number showing you however many scripts you've got loaded. It's as simple as that. Now, we're going to go into how to edit, and then we'll go over the other scripts and show what I did and that kind of stuff. Y'all got me talking a lot, man. Woo! I got to go to karaoke. I better hurry up. Okay, my scripts are loaded. I'm playing, or I'm not playing. Doesn't matter. But as long as my scripts are loaded, here we go. I'm going to left click, one single left click on Tampermonkey. My drop down is going to come down. Again, you can't see it. I'm sorry. Wish you could, but there's a drop down right there. The next thing, to edit any of these scripts, okay? Edit any of them. I'm going to right click, one right click on whatever script I want to edit. Right now, I'm just going to tell you, Enhance Leaderboard, You're never going to touch it. Leave enhanced leaderboard alone. Leave it alone. The only two you're going to mess with is your auto sell and your production rate monitor. Those are the only two you should mess with. Leave enhanced leaderboard alone. Don't touch it. Forget it's there. Leave it on the green toggle and just let it do its thing. So in this case, I'm going to right click and boom. You see how it pops up, right? As soon as I left click on Tampermonkey to bring my drop down, and then I'm going to right click on the script that I want to open, and it automatically opens the window for me. Okay. The one thing to remember though with Town Stars, if it is not in focus, you see how you can't hear the birds and stuff. If Gala Games Town Star is not in focus on a screen, or if the screen that it's on has another full screened application, Town Star will stop running. It can be below another, like if you have two windows up but they're not full screen, you can have it underneath, it'll still run. But if there's a full screen app over the screen on the same monitor that Town Star is running, it will stop running. Which is why it's stopped running right now. You can hear it's not running right now. So watch. It's running, okay? Now watch. See how it stopped? See? Anything full screen will stop it. So that's something to remember. So what I usually do, I left click on the Tampermonkey extension. I right click on the script I want, and then I immediately left click and drag the tab and make it its own window. I drag it down, make it a new, because it puts it as a tab. So I left click, drag, make it its own window, and then make that not full screen. That way, I'm not blocking Town Star from being priority, and it keeps running. So these are, well, let's go over, I'm gonna show you, these are my, I've got this one, okay, auto sell, right? And I've got the production rate monitor. Okay, so we're going to go over those. But to get to this screen, all I did was left click on Tampermonkey and then right click on the script's name, and it pops up the window. Okay, so let's go over first. We'll go over the production rate monitor, because I'm not going to go over enhanced leaderboard, because you don't need to worry about that. Just again, set it and forget it. That's the one that you set and forget, and you don't worry about it. Okay, so the one I have right here is production rate monitor. All right, let's pull that up. Where'd I put it? There it is. Okay, so let's zoom in. There we go. Okay, so this part, when you see these two slashes, that's basically, that hides the line of code. So you're going to use that to hide code later on. Okay, it's probably that's the few bits of editing you're actually going to do to the script, is adding slashes when you want to silence a line of code, but you don't have to delete it and redo it later, because you can have basically everything in there, every item that you would sell or record, whatever. And if you put those two slashes in there, it will not show up. Okay. If you know how to do coding, you already know that, but not everybody does, so I'm trying to be as explanatory as I can. Okay, so this part is you're just going to ignore that. We're giving props to Groove for making the script. Fantastic job. They work amazing. Tells you what it's doing. Okay, this is just coding 101. You basically put the details of what you're doing in there, so in case someone ever gets the code, they got all the information they need. So all you're going to care about, the only thing you care about in this entire long ass script that you've got right here, is this right here. Constant tracked items. Okay, item has a name, account, and that's you don't even worry about. Ignore everything. Ignore it. Don't worry about it. The only thing you're ever going to do in this script, there's two things you're going to do in this thing. Are you ready? We're going to copy the line. Okay. I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to hit paste. Okay. Now, when you're doing this in Tampermonkey, it's actually going to like format it better. Okay, I'll go over it in Tampermonkey too, but that's literally all we're going to be doing in this is copying and pasting. And then if I add these two little lines right there, that line of code doesn't exist as far as the script running program is concerned. That's a hide, it's a shield, it's a visibility wall, a visibility cloak. That's a good way of putting it. But all you're going to do to this particular production rate monitor is add some slashes, copy and paste, and then you're going to come in here and you're going to change the name of whatever it is you want to record. So for instance, silica. That's it. That's all you do. And you hit save, boom. Okay? Or gasoline. Okay? What if it's got 2 words? Pinot Noir. That's a great example. Let me show you. We'll go over this again ad nauseum so you don't forget. Pinot _ Noir. Now, what's important is that it stays inside of singular quotes, not dual quotes, not this quotes. It's this, okay? Singular quotes. The first word has to be capitalized. The first letter of the word has to be capitalized. So, for instance, wheat is capitalized, wood is capitalized, Pinot Noir is capitalized, okay? You always have to have an underscore if there's multiple words, okay? So, for instance, Pinot _ Noir _ grapes. Does that make sense? If there's a space in the name of the item, you need to put an underscore in between those words. And also remember to capitalize the first letter of every word. That's the hardest thing to remember. Okay? That's it. Alright? That's the only part of production rate monitor you're going to mess with. You're going to be copying and pasting, adding items in. Okay? And you're going to be changing the name up. You're not going to mess with anything over here. Ignore that. You're not going to mess with any of that. Forget it's there. The only thing you're going to be doing is adding in this. If you need to, you don't have to have that. That's if you wanted to copy and paste 100 of these, and then you just wanted to mute out the ones that you don't use right now, which you'll see on mine is how I have it. Okay? Pinot Noir grapes. It's got 3 words. It's got 2 underscores. If it's got 2 words, it's got 1 underscore. Okay? Pinot Noir looks like that. Pinot Noir. Pinot Noir grapes. Alright? Rewind it if you get confused. I don't want to spend too much time on it. But let's go over the next one. I'm going to close this one out. Don't save. Okay, next one. This is the enhanced leaderboard. The one I told you about we're not going to worry about, right? Ignore this one. Just forget it's there. Okay? Enhanced leaderboard, set it and forget it. Next. Townstar Auto Cell 1. Okay. If you choose to use this one, there's nothing wrong with using this one. Just telling you Townstar Auto Cell version 2 is much better. Okay? This one gets a little more complicated. I'm going to go into it as detailed as I can, but in reality, you shouldn't be using this one because version 2 is much better and much easier. But we'll go over it. Okay, let me zoom in for you guys. Again, we're going to ignore this up at the top. That's just programmer data. Props to Groove. Author is Groove. It ain't you. It's Groove. Groove did this. Okay? So, the first thing you would change is right here. Constant cell timer. What that means is that's how many seconds it takes. You see how it says seconds between selling? That's how many seconds the script waits to try and sell something. So listen to that again. The number of seconds the script is going to wait to try and auto sell. So, there's conditions to it selling. And the conditions are going to be what depot type. So, 600 seconds is 10 minutes. Well, we don't want to wait 10 minutes to auto sell. So in reality, I would change this to 5 or 10 at most. Depending on how fast, two factors, how fast you're selling. Like if you're selling 100 grapes every 6 minutes, right? Well then, if you put the timer at 600 seconds, it's going to wait 10 minutes before it tries to sell. Doesn't make any sense. The only reason, the lower you put this number, the more times the script's going to run, which if your system's not that strong, could affect you. So try putting it at a lower number, and if he starts bogging down your system, then raise it up. But the other factor is how long it takes for you to get the item sold. So for instance, if it takes you 15 seconds to sell via Trade Depot, then it doesn't matter. But if it takes 10 minutes for your thing to get there, for your item to sell, then yeah, you don't want to put it every 5 seconds, because it's just, by the time it's ready to sell again, your vehicle's already gone. So you would change this number. If you were doing Trade Pier or Freight Pier or Express Depot, you'd put that in this right here. Trade Depot is your little truck, right? Your regular truck. Okay. Notice how there's an underscore. Remember we said underscore in between when there's two words, right? Okay. Got that. And then the crafted item. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you right now. If you want to sell more than one crafted item with this script, it gets complicated. It's not worth it. Use version 2. Okay? But I did want to go over this one for you. So again, you're going to put your sell timer anywhere from 5 to 15 seconds. Maybe 20 seconds. I wouldn't do it any, unless it slows down your computer, I wouldn't put it any lower than 30 seconds, in all fairness. But I had mine on like 5 when I was selling quickly. Because it would constantly, every 5 seconds, it would check to see if the conditions were met. And if they were, boom, it sold. You would change your depot type. So whether you have a Trade Depot, a Trade Pier, a Freight Pier, Express Depot, whatever you're using to sell with, you put that right there. Remember, underscore in between the two words. Also capitalize the first letter. And then whatever crafted item you were trying to sell. Wheat, flour, sugar, salt, etc., 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 etc. And again, if it's two words, wheat, grapes, right? Whatever. Make sure you put your underscore in between. Okay? Everybody got that one? I wouldn't use this one. I used it, and I was like, why didn't I use version 2 sooner? Because version 2 is way better. Okay? We're going to close this one out. Now let's go to version 2. Okay. Zoom in. Now, same thing. Ignore this. Our boy Groove hooked it up. Much simpler. All you got to do is the same thing as your production rate monitor. You're going to add some slashes if you don't need that code. Right? If I don't need, for instance, if I'm not selling salt, I'm going to slash. I don't have to delete that line of code. It stays in the script, but it's not running. With that slash, it's not there. I see it. The script doesn't see it. Okay? Notice here, Pinot Noir grapes. See that? Underscore between every 2 or 3 words if there's more than one word in the name for the item. Okay? Now, see this right here? You don't have to put what type of depot anymore. This script just does it. You don't have to worry about it. Version 2, way better than version 1. And version 1 was fantastic, by the way, as far as being able to use it. But if you're trying to sell multiple items, it's a pain in the butt. You got to copy a whole lot of code and go in there and edit, add stuff. I did it. Trust me, it's not worth it. Okay? If you need some help with it, message me and we can talk about it because I've got them saved still. All right? All you're going to be doing, copy. See how there's a comma right there? Make sure you copy that comma because it'll error out if you don't have it. Enter to create a space. Paste. And again, I'm going to show you inside of the script because it actually looks way better than it is. Right? Oh, I don't need 2 feed, right? Well, what else am I going to sell? Butter. Capital B, U-T-T-E-R. Okay? Just like that. I don't need feed anymore. I don't want to sell feed. I want to keep feed. //. Now, feed is no longer being sold. Simple as that. 2 slashes, copy and paste the line you want, rename the item, keep it inside of singular quotes, not double quotes. Singular quotes. Okay? Capitalize the first letter of the word. If it's got more than one word, you put a underscore in between. That's it. Now, where it gets interesting, which makes this one very nice and it was very helpful with this cake build that I was just doing. I've only got so much space in my storehouses. So what I would do is I would have my keep amount at, let's say, 4. And my sell min, because you have to sell a minimum of 10, was at 10. So the script would not sell butter until I had 14. It adds your keep amount plus your sell min. And then it'll trigger the script and then it'll sell. So for instance, if I'm making cakes, I need a lot of sugar, right? But I've only got so much space. So if I get to 10 sugar and I sell all of them, well, now my butter's waiting on sugar, my dough's waiting on sugar, my cake's waiting on sugar. You want to always have some available, and that's what keep amount is. Keep amount allows it to stay in there. Great example. I'll show you something that I actually have been using since I put in V2. Okay? Once you get your gasoline production up, you never want to run out of gas. But you also don't want to waste gas. Right? You're producing it. You might, even if you're selling it for only 14,000, it doesn't matter. You don't want to waste it. So what I do is I put my keep amount at 25, and then my sell min is at 10. So that means at 35 gasoline, I'm going to sell 10. So I never completely fill up. It's always producing gas, and every now and then I'll get a gasoline cell. Gives me a tiny bit of money and a little bit of extra stars, but I'm not wasting. They're not producing the gasoline and then destroying it. It's being sold, and I'm also not going to run out because I'm not selling all the gasoline I have. I'm only selling 10 after I get to 35. I hope that makes sense. Keep them out plus sell min equals how many items it takes before the script triggers. Okay? So for instance, silica. If you're doing a silica rush or silica build, you're selling 100 at a time, right? At 99, it's not going to sell. At 100, it's going to sell. Why? Because 0 plus 100 is 100. If I put this at 10, now it's going to sell at 110. And it will sell 100 of the silica, but leave 10. Okay? Hope that makes sense. And that'll make more sense when we pull up my scripts, okay? All right. Let me close that one out. Woo! Man. Okay. I'm going to go over... Quickly, I'm going to go over the production rate monitor, and then I'll get into the selling script, and then I'll wrap this damn video up. I know it's really long, and I'm sorry. I thought it was going to be a lot sooner. But you got me talking. I'm excited. I love helping people. I love answering questions. I love doing tutorials. Like, I love it. Like, if I understand it and I can explain it to you and it helps you understand, that's what I want. Now, interestingly enough, we're actually going to edit something real time on my autosell, and I'm going to show you. If you look, right now I've got 10 milk and I've got 8 butter, okay? So what I'm going to want is, I'm going to want at least 3 or 4 butter to remain, but I don't want to fill up my storehouses. So we're going to set the script for the butter to sell, keep amount of 3. And a sell amount of 10, right? We're not selling more than 10, okay? Now, interesting though, that's what for making a cake. Right now I'm not making cake. But I'm going to put the script in place anyway, so that way when I start making cake, or I start making dough, or I start making batter, or I start making baguettes, whatever, it's already there and I don't have to worry about it. Okay? Does that make sense? Hope it makes sense. Same thing with milk. I don't want to sell all my milk because, let's rewind right now. I'm making butter. Right now, I've got this one that's in the process of being made. Right, I need wood. I'm running low on wood. We'll talk about that in a minute. Matter of fact, let's do this right now. Let's add in another tree. Excuse me. Okay, so I don't want to have milk filling up my storehouse. right? I don't want to have milk cluttering up my storehouse. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my milk to keep them out of 3 and then sell them out 10. So that way I always have milk available for her, for the bakeries to make butter, but I'm not going to fill up my storehouses. So that's what I was, it wasn't butter. I didn't mean butter. I meant milk. I know that was confusing. I'm sorry, but I apologize. We'll go back to it. All right. Townstead Molitor. Okay, here we go. This is auto sell. Let me pull up monitor on my end. Okay, here we go. So, my script at the top. Remember? Copy, paste. Boom. Now, see how I have all these slashed out? That remains in the script, but it is not running. If you look at my screen right now, I've only got 5 things showing up. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Let's go back and look. Count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that aren't slashed out. Simple as that. You don't have to constantly copy and paste and redo yourself. You put the slashes there, it stays in there, and you take off the slashes when you need it, and you put the slashes back on when you don't need it. Now, since I'm doing butter, I'm going to remove the slashes on there. And you see what happened when I removed the slashes? See how it lit up with color? Slashes, it's grayed out. Lit up, it's full of color. Okay? Got it? Notice how my in singular quotes is yellow? Right? Not double quotes, single. And you ignore everything over here like I told you. Ignore all of that. All you're going to do if you want to add a new line, this is what I do. I click on the end of the line. I hold shift, I hit home, H-O-M-E, home. Then I control C, copy. Click again at the end of the line, hit enter, paste, control V. So control C to copy, control V to paste. So now I have that line of code there. As simple as that. Click at the end, shift, press the home button. That highlights the whole thing. If you don't want to do that, by all means, just drag your mouse. Make sure you get that comma at the end. Right click on it, copy, click at the end of the line, hit your enter, right click, paste. That's all there is to it. Okay? Delete those. Now, what else do I need? I got butter. Where's my milk? I don't see any milk. So I want to add milk to my count. So I'm going to hit enter, click at the end of the line, hit enter, copy paste. So now I'm going to come here. See how it highlights it? When it highlights the same word throughout the thing. Throughout the whole script. It's coding, but we're not going to go into that. Milk. Boom. That's done. Now when I reload this, milk's going to show up. Okay? I'm not worried about feed anymore because I've got the wheat stand. So I'm going to ignore that. I do want to see how much sugar cane I'm making and how much sugar I'm making. So I'm going to take out the X there, or take out the slashes there. I'm going to go to the end of the line, hit enter, paste, and instead of salt and sugar, we are going to add sugar cane. And if you ever don't know how to spell it, all you got to do is come back to the game and click on it. Okay? Click on the game. Click on the game. So now, this is interesting, so pay attention. When I click on this, you'll notice it says growing sugarcane. Sugarcane's 1 word. Sugarcane field is 3 words. You're going to put the 1 word. You're going to put that 1 item. So wood, 1 word, right? Just to explain it a little bit better. Let's see. Look, here's the open spot. I'm going to click on the open spot. Bruh, I know. Calm down. I know you're selling a lot of stuff. Okay. See how it says sugarcane's 1 word? Sugarcane's 1 word. That's what I'm going to copy and put in my script. Oak tree. Oak tree, 2 words. Pinot Noir, 2 words. Okay? That makes sense. It's not complicated, but you have to make sure you get it right. Okay? So now let's go back over here. So I'm adding sugarcane count in. I'm adding my wood count. I got my gasoline count. I got my sugar count. I got my salt count. Got my milk count. Got my butter. Okay? So that's done. That's all I want to do. That's it. I'm going to left click on File, and I'm going to hit Save. And you see this little bar pops up. Operation completed successfully. That means it's saved. So that means when I reload the browser, this is going to be active. Okay? So we're done with that. I hope that makes sense. You see how it, when it's in the script, it's got all the colors and shows you everything. Like, for instance, if I do this, you see how it gives me an X? That means I did something wrong. Oh, I forgot a slash. Now it goes away. I'm good. So it does really try and help you, okay? I do want my gasoline. Now, we're done. I'm going to close it. Okay. Now, onto the auto sell. Once again, copy, paste. Okay, again, you see my slashes? Doesn't matter where you put them. As long as you put the slashes in front of the line of code that you're trying to mute or silence. See how I have them all uneven? It's an eyesore. I'll make it nice and neat. I don't like it. But it doesn't have to be. As long as the two lines are in front of it, it does not matter. Okay? It's all janky. It's all janky. Don't put 3. You can. You can put 3. You can put 4. Put 5. Put 6. Doesn't matter. After the first 2, it ignores everything after. You could put a whole line of slashes. Does not matter. After the first 2 slashes, the script ignores everything that's behind it. Okay? So don't think you're messing it up if you put 3. You shouldn't. But you're not messing anything up. Okay? I don't know why I did that. Anyway. Alright. So, my auto sell. I'm not worried about silica. I'm not worried about Pinot Noir. I'm not worried about feed. I am selling wool. I'm not selling wheat. Because I'm not growing wheat right now. If I was growing wheat, then I might be selling wheat. But I'm not growing wheat right now. Eventually I will be. Okay? Sugarcane. I am growing sugarcane. See how I have my keep amount at 6 and my sell at 10? That means that my silo would never get completely full with it. When it gets to 16, it's going to sell, but I'm still going to have enough sugar there to keep feeding the windmills. That's all you're doing. You're allowing there to still be some. Okay? So, gasoline. See how I have it X'd out? I'm going to turn that one back on. I want gasoline to sell when it gets to 35. When it gets to 35, 25 plus 10 is 35. When it gets to 35, it's going to sell 10. Okay? Simple, 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 simple. All right. Now, I'm not selling eggs right now. Here's my milk. You see how my keep amount's 4, sell min 10. So that means if I get to 14 milk, it will sell. And I think that's actually what just sold because I'm looking at I have 4 milk right now. What happened? See, I got 4 milk. I think it already sold. All right. I'm going to put it down to 3 because right now I don't want to fill up my storehouse. Actually, no, let's leave it at 4 because when I have the other bakery, then I'll be able to have 2 for each one. Okay. Butter. I'm not worried about butter right now, so I'm going to make it 0. As soon as I have 10 butter, I want to sell it. Okay. Sugar. If I get too much sugar, I got 10 sugar right now. Let's put it at 3. 3 sugar. As my keep amount, once it gets to 13, it's going to sell 10. Okay. Batter. I'm not selling batter right now, so I'm going to slash that out. I'm not selling cake right now. I'm going to slash that out. All right. Salt. Do the same thing we did with sugar. We'll put 3 for the keep amount, so that means at 13 it will sell. Flour. We're going to keep flour. I'm not making flour right now, so we're going to X out flour. Boom. All right. I hope that didn't seem like too much, but the whole point of the keep amount is so that when you sell, you still have some left, especially if you're using it to make something else. So that there's nobody ever waiting on an item. You don't want your windmills waiting on something. You don't want your bakeries or your cakeries, or you don't want anybody waiting on anything. You don't want your mines to be waiting on anything. You know, it's keep amount allows you to have a saved amount. That way you don't lose out and you have somebody waiting for more items, but you also don't clutter up all your storage space. So I've got it all saved up. Remember, I got my slashes. Okay, copy and paste. Simple, 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 simple. Okay, I'm going to hit File. I'm going to hit Save. Boom, my bar came up. Operation successfully completed. Now I'm going to close this out. That's it. That's it. Okay? Simple. Simple spimple. Now, I'm running low on wood, so here's what I'm going to do. You ready? I'm going to turn these on. Those have been sitting there, just waiting. I need some wood. Missing wood for this, wood for that, wood for that. Alright, I'm going to go over this in my other video. This has already gone on 50 minutes. This is super long. We're going to refresh it, and then we're going to wrap up. So I'm going to refresh my browser. Here we go. Normally, when you refresh your browser, it's going to stop, and you have to click play. With that script, it auto-loads it. See how it auto-loaded my butter right there? Boom. It loaded my butter, and it sold my butter. See how I only got one butter now? As soon as that page loads, that script's ready to go. So it'll start selling even before the visuals load. That's version 2. Version 2 is much better. Much better. Alright. See, I'm selling, baby. Selling. 5th place. Cool beans. Now this is the free service, so it doesn't really matter, but still cool to be at the high level. Let's go bask in my glory again a little more. Let's go. Sell that. Sell that. Oh yeah, 5th place. Woo! Alright. Man, it's a long video. Alright. I'm going to get this thing uploaded while I get ready for karaoke. Thank you guys for watching. I know this is a super long video, but I wanted to be as detailed as possible. I thought it was going to be a short video, and it wasn't, but I talk a lot. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I hope you got all the information you need, the help you need to get these scripts figured out. If you have any questions, please leave them below. I'm going to link everything in the description to Tampermonkey, to Groove Scripts, to Gala Games, the usual. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I genuinely do. I hope this helps out. I love you guys. This has been Lycan Warlord, The Stash. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the weekly competition. Ooh, baby, I'm ready.